You've also emphasised today that the foreign company status of Google and others. Now, it is the case, and I just wanted you to clarify my own mind, News Corp is still a foreign-owned corporation, isn't it?
YouTube is...
News Corp, is it a foreign-owned corporation?
It's on the American Stock Exchange.
That's right. And Sky is part of that. You are a foreign-owned corporation. You work for a foreign-owned corporation, don't you?
Sky is a subsidiary of News Corp Australia.
Yes, that's right. It's a foreign-owned corporation.
It's a subsidiary of News Corp Australia, which is part of News Corp.
That's right. Just wanted to be clear, that's all. If you made some emphasis on the issue of being foreign-owned today, I just wanted to be clear about your own status in this.
Don't you love Boris Whittaker's response to the good senator's question? Boris Whittaker, by the way, is the CEO of Murdoch's SkyNews. So Boris, bottom line is this, say after me slowly, News Corporation is a foreign-owned corporation. It's not all that hard, you can just say it in plain English. A foreign billionaire, Rupert Murdoch, owns News Corporation and therefore owns Sky News. Now that wasn't so hard, was it?
What is the argument this committee should put back to the Parliament as to why we should not have a Royal Commission, given the strength of feeling there is in this country about the issue of media diversity?
Well, I don't think, Senator, we've ever had more media diversity in this country. There's never been more digital tools. There's never been more sources of information. If you look at the wide range of different media products that are available in Australia, I think people have never had so much choice for news.
Well, Boris Whittaker, on behalf of Rupert Murdoch, at it again. He's saying that there's not a problem with diversity in the Australian media space. Here's the problem, Boris. This is the most concentrated media market of any major democracy in the world, bar none. 70% of the print ownership, Murdoch. In my state of Queensland, 100% of the print ownership, Murdoch. You look at Sky News now in its YouTube channel, twice as big as the ABC, Murdoch. We now see Sky being broadcast across regional commercial television, Murdoch. Murdoch, 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 Murdoch. But not a problem with diversity here. Pigs might fly.
Mr. Whittaker, do you accept that any of the content produced by Sky News has promoted, either directly or indirectly, disinformation and COVID lies?
What I'm saying, Senator,
No, I'm asking you that specific question. Do you accept that?
I'm not saying that I do accept that. I'm asking for guidance and
so you don't
direction
accept
and
it?
explanation.
So you don't accept that?
I'm asking for information.
You're not, I'm sorry, but you are the witness and I'm asking the questions here. Could you answer the question? Do you...
I'm saying that... Senator.
Do you accept that Sky News has created and published content that is either directly or indirectly promoted disinformation about COVID and COVID lies in relation to restrictions, health measures, cures?
I don't accept that them taking these videos down based on policy guidelines. I'm not admitting that.
Don't you like the way in which Boris Whittaker, on behalf of the Murdochs, just refuses to give a straight answer to a simple question? It's like when he was asked before, is News Corporation a foreign-owned corporation in Australia? Duck and weave and duck and weave. And this one, do you accept, Boris Whittaker, on behalf of Sky News, the finding by YouTube that your television network has produced disinformation about the pandemic? Duck and weave, until finally he says, no, I don't accept that finding at all. The bottom line is some straight answers would, I think, go a long, long way. We know, everybody knows, that disinformation has been put out through Sky News. It's created enormous doubt in the community. It's about time Boris Whittaker owned up to where they've got this fundamentally wrong.
Mr. Whittaker, does your company have a policy in relation to the way hosts and producers engage, present, promote COVID information?
We don't have a specific policy on COVID. We obviously, as I mentioned in my opening statement, we endeavour to get things right. And on occasion, with the nature of live television, when mistakes are made or misstatements are made, we endeavour to correct them.
So, Boris Whittaker, when you do get it radically wrong, as you have done with all this COVID disinformation pumped out through the television network you are responsible for, because you're the CEO, when you took down those videos, and in the end you took down 32 of them, when did you tell your viewing audience, A, that you'd done it, B, when did you apologise to them for putting all that disinformation out there in the first place? Answer, you couldn't fess up to what you'd done at all. You're too arrogant to do so.